Friday, August 21st, 2026. Scripture, Ezekiel 44, 1-14. Key verses. 1. Then he brought me back to the outer gate of the sanctuary that faced east, but the gate was closed. 2. The Lord said to me, "This gate must remain closed. It must not be opened, and no one may enter through it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, entered through it. So it must remain closed." 10. The Levites who went far from me when Israel went astray and followed their idols must bear the consequences of their sin. 11. Yet they may serve in my sanctuary as gatekeepers and servants of the temple. They may slaughter the burnt offerings and sacrifices for the people and serve them. Meditation. In Ezekiel 43, the glory of God returns to the temple. Chapter 44 then tells us who may serve in the restored temple and how they should serve God. First, God says that the east gate must remain closed. Because God's glory had entered the temple through this gate, the gate was set apart as holy. 1. In verse 3, a prince appears. In the Korean Bible, it is translated as a king, but the Hebrew word is not melech, the usual word for king. It is nasi, which means a prince, ruler, or leader. English Bibles also use prince rather than king. It is natural to understand him as a human leader who rules over the restored Israel. Even though he holds a high position, but he is not equal to God. He too must come before God, according to God's order. No matter how powerful or important someone may be in this world, before God, he is still only a human being. Even the highest human authority is under God's authority. 2. God then speaks against the Levites. When the people of Israel turned away from God and followed idols, even the Levites, who were supposed to serve God, also turned away from him. God holds them responsible for their sin. They are no longer allowed to come near God and serve as priests before him. However, God does not completely remove them from the temple. He still allows them to serve as gatekeepers, prepare the sacrifices, and serve the people. Here, I see both God's justice and his grace. God does not simply ignore sin as if nothing happened. Sometimes our wrong choices leave consequences that we must live with. But failure does not mean that God will throw us away forever. God can restore us and give us another place to serve him. 3. The prince with great authority is still under God. The Levites who serve close to God are not excused from sin because of their position. In fact, the closer we are to God, the greater our responsibility to live faithfully and in holiness. 4. The position, abilities, and responsibilities I have today are not truly mine. Before the God who gave them to me, I am only a steward. I do not want to become proud when I succeed or give up when I fail. Wherever I am, I want to remember that I am under God's authority and faithfully do what he has given me to do. I am thankful for God's grace that can restore even my failures and use me again. Today, I want to depend on that grace and live humbly before our holy God.